Hi, I'm Mark Gagnon, and I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina. My genre is comedy. Comedy is whatever makes you laugh. It seems to be the main attribute. That is the common denominator, that people are always going to laugh at somebody else's pain or at their expense. During the silent film days, this has proven true with the comedians such as Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton. These guys had to rely on their ability to express themselves with their physical comedic talent. The talkies came around. It was difficult for some comedians to make the transition. However, Laurel and Hardy made this jump quite easy. Physical comedy was still the main theme that these comedians had to endure. There were the Three Stooges. These guys have been beating each other up through the 1930s and 40s and have been shown in reruns for decades, along with the Marx Brothers. As comedy evolved around the 50s and 60s, the pratfall, well, that still remained the same. If a comedian wanted to get a laugh, well, hey, just be a buffoon and fall down. And films since the 70s and to the present, they're still doing just that. Make fun of yourself is the easiest manner in order to make the audience laugh. Take a look at Peter Sellers' character, Inspector Clouseau. He's a lovable guy, but he's the butt of all the jokes and amazing physical comedy as well. Now, throughout the 80s, they're spraying a bunch of other comedians that they continue to use the same mantra that, hey, there's pleasure and pain style of comedy. And the comedians I'm talking about are guys like Chevy Chase, who's very well known for his pratfalls. And then you have John Candy. He's like, hey, everybody, look at me. I'm fat, but yet I play all very lovable guys. Then John Belushi, who uses his facial expressions, and also he plays the buffoon quite often. Is my glasses tilted or is it my head? Anyways, through the 80s, the 90s, and into the new millennium, comedy seemed to change and evolve just a little bit, and I'll explain that. Robin Williams, now, he brought a different comic style with his brand of fast-talking, quick-thinking, sarcastic wit, although there was still physical comedy in his movies such as Popeye. And now from the 1980s to the present, how the comedy movies have evolved, it just seems that everything seems to have more of a sexual type humor, or a lot more vulgar language, and there seems to be a lot of increase of what my mother would call being just a potty mouth in order to get a laugh. To me, Richard Pryor, I believe, started the potty mouth era. If you needed a laugh, hey, insert an F-bomb. Eddie Murphy is the prime example of this in his movie, Raw. Jim Carrey, he displays great comic timing and physical comedy and amusing facial expressions in just about everything. This is reminiscent of the silent film era. Hey, but sex sells. I mean, check out Bachelor Party and Wedding Crashers, all funny movies with strong sexual overtones. So throughout the entire film production era, there have been several comedies that have won Oscars. I'm not going to list them all, but only 7 have actually won for Best Picture. I'm not going to list them either. But you can see that throughout filmmaking, from silent movies to the talkies, comedies have only slightly evolved.